Childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is a serious social issue. 1 in 5 children are considered to be overweight and obese. This number is far too high. Obesity is defined as excess body fat. Because body fat is difficult to measure directly, obesity is often measured by body mass index, also known as BMI. What is BMI? A BMI is a measure of body fat based on a person's weight and height. Using BMI is a common scientific way to screen whether a person is underweight, normal weight, overweight, and obese. Overweight children and adolescents are at increased risk for several health complications, which can stick with them into their adult years, where these health risks become life-threatening. Some immediate effects obese children may encounter are things such as cardiovascular disease, which can cause high cholesterol and high blood pressure. Joint and bone issues are also a common problem from all the excess weight your body has to carry around all day. Children and adults who struggle with their weight often suffer from sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is when your body struggles to breathe when you are sleeping, which leads to physical health problems caused by obesity. As we all know, to succeed in school, we need a good night's sleep. Though if your child isn't getting a full night's rest, aren't able to learn to their full potential. Also, many children may lack social acceptance, which can account for lower test scores. Studies have shown obese children who do not feel accepted by their peers often exhibit feelings of loneliness, sadness, and anxiety that can hinder their academic performance. Not only does being overweight affect your physical health, but your mental health as well. Children that are overweight often struggle from depression and self-esteem issues. Let's face it, when children tend to be overweight, they tend to stick out from everyone else, making them easy targets for bullies. Or sometimes it's the other way around, where they are the bullies, using their size to their advantage, targeting kids smaller than they are. Though, with healthy lifestyle habits, including healthy eating and physical activity, can lower the risk of becoming obese, developing related diseases, keeping your child physically and mentally happy and strong. With statistics showing that 1 in 5 kids are overweight, might make you wonder, how did this become such a big social problem? Well, there are multiple reasons why we are facing this dilemma. One reason might be linked to genetics. Certain genetic characteristics might increase an individual's likeliness to excess body weight. It has been shown that being overweight tends to run in families, which suggests a genetic link. In most cases, parent obesity is a strong predictor of their child's weight status. Another reason for increase in obesity is a change in lifestyle. About 30 or so years ago, children used to walk and ride their bikes to and from school. Snacks were a rare occasion, and children played outside almost every day. But now, instead of children walking to and from school, it has been replaced with bus rides. Children tend to have up to 3 snacks a day, and outdoor activities are becoming quite rare. Instead, we are finding more and more children indoors on beautiful days. With advancements in technology, children are having trouble disconnecting from the digital world. Home life has also changed from years ago. With families too busy for home-cooked meals, many families resort to quick and easy ways of feeding their family, ways such as fast food or microwavable food, which is usually double the size in calorie consumption and has nearly no nutritional value. As more and more Americans lose the battle against obesity, I luckily blame on portion consumption. Food portions in American restaurants have doubled, maybe even tripled, over the last 20 years, a key factor that is contributing to the potential devastating increase in obesity among children and adults. With supersized portions at restaurants, it has distorted what Americans consider what a normal portion size should look like, which affects how much we eat at home as well. One way to keep your calories in check is if you decide to go out and eat, cut your meal in half. This is usually considered to be a healthy, normal portion size. If eating at home, eat at the dinner table. Avoid eating in front of the TV. Eating in front of the TV, people tend to eat double than they would if eating at a table. Keeping your food portions no larger than the size of your fist is also a good way to tell how much you eat. Large portions mean more calories, which can easily add up to extra body fat. Advertisement is also a big cause to childhood obesity. With children spending up to 7 hours a day using technology, they encounter many advertisements, and many are about food. With food industries using bright-colored food packaging and fun characters make sugary foods even more appealing to children. Cereal companies spend up to $264 million a year to promote cereal targeted towards children. Kellogg's is one of the major cereal companies and one of the biggest problems, receiving much criticism from critics. Though Kellogg's responds to critics by agreeing to put nutritional labeling on the front of each cereal box that features percent of daily calories, fat, sodium, and grams of sugar per serving. 12.5 million children are considered to be obese in America, though at the same time, we have 17 million children starving in the United States, also known as nutrients at risk. Both numbers I find to be shocking. The sad part is, those 12.5 million obese children are also suffering from being nutrients at risk, the only time this term seems to be acceptable. Putting the right things in your body, especially at a young age, is very important for growth. Consuming unhealthy foods every day and never giving your body the proper nutrients, you are actually starving your body from the proper nutrients your body needs to grow. With childhood obesity becoming a big problem, many programs and organizations have been made to help fight childhood obesity. Our First Lady, Michelle Obama, has dedicated a large amount of her time dedicated to childhood obesity by launching an organization called Let's Move, which is about putting children on a path to a healthier future during their early months and years. Michelle has gone around the country teaching families the dangers of obesity and what they can do to help prevent obesity from happening in their families. For years, Nickelodeon has been a proud sponsor in helping fight childhood obesity. For them, instead of using Nickelodeon characters to promote food advertisements, they use their characters to encourage kids to get out and play for at least an hour a day. With being such good role models, they have been paired up with Michelle's organization, Let's Move. Together, they are fighting the dilemma of childhood obesity before it becomes too late.
Is one of the goals of Michelle Obama's Let's Move initiative. This is another one, nutrition. He's eating a carrot. The U.S. Surgeon General says 1 in 3 American children is overweight, making U.S. kids the largest of all developed countries. And in the past 3 decades, childhood obesity rates in America have tripled. The First Lady wants to eliminate that distinction within a generation.
And none of us wants this future for our kids, and none of us wants this future for our country.
Mrs. Obama is promoting more physical fitness and healthier food in school cafeterias. She says 30 million American children get the majority of their calories from foods they eat at school. The administration is proposing an additional $10 billion over the next decade to set nutrition standards for schools.
What we don't want is this situation where parents are taking all the right steps at home, and then their kids undo all that work when they go to school with salty, fatty foods in the school cafeteria.
The First Lady says treatments for obesity-related illnesses cost nearly $150 billion every year. Pediatricians say if healthy habits are learned at younger ages, obese children will slim down and won't grow into obese adults.
Every day we see overweight toddlers who struggle to learn to walk or run. Overweight can cause our children to have respiratory problems. A youngster who develops diabetes in his teens may need a kidney transplant by the time he's 30.
Health experts recommend that children get an hour of active exercise daily, but that's difficult, with American kids spending 7.5 hours watching TV or playing with electronics.
So let's move. And I mean literally, let's move.
President Obama named the first ever task force to combat childhood obesity, and he wants a plan on his desk within 3 months.
There you go.
Good job.
It's done, huh?
Mrs. Obama says her idea isn't to eliminate fun foods from a child's life, but to balance the burgers and fries with vegetables, fruit, and a workout. Carolyn Pursuti, VOA